Hi everyone, welcome to my class on piezoelectricity. My name is Hussein Shekhani, and I am a graduate student at the Pennsylvania State University, and I'm doing my PhD in this field. And this kind of led me to, starting in this field, I couldn't find many resources on piezoelectricity. I mean, resources that are actually useful. There are a ton of research papers. There are many textbooks written. But I feel that they severely lack in their ability to simply and clearly explain piezoelectricity, and namely the topic of piezoelectricity with respect to their properties. Their properties, what are they? How are they measured? And not only how are they measured, but why do those measurements give that property? And this is something which, people are doing certain measurements, they're getting certain values, but they don't know what the values mean, or in what cases are their measurements valid, and in what situations are they not, reasonable values to assume those for those properties. So what are they? How are they measured? And why are they so? Why are the values what they are, what makes the value higher and lower, what is the microscopic origin of these material properties. And this is the subject matter of this online course which I'm creating. And one of the reasons I feel that this aspect of piezoelectricity and piezoelectric materials is not explained well is because piezoelectricity, it's a multidisciplinary subject. So it involves electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and materials science. So if we wanted to concern ourselves with maybe actuators, you may be learning in a graduate course about actuators from a mechanical engineering course about piezoelectricity, the application of piezoelectric materials, and then you may be hearing about drive controls of piezoelectric materials. From an electrical engineering perspective, we're learning about sensors and some part of the electrical properties which exist in piezoelectric materials. And then, in material science type courses, you'll be learning about crystal symmetry, you'll be learning microscopic origin, but really, to tie all these together, I feel that this has not been, properly addressed in my career as a graduate student taking different courses in this area. I feel that this hasn't been very clearly addressed. Oftentimes piezoelectricity is just lumped into other subjects. For example, it's lumped into, a class about electronic properties of materials, or it's lumped into a class about ferroelectric materials. It's not really treated by itself, and especially the piezoelectric properties, what they are. How are they measured? Why are they measured like this? And why they exist in that way? These subjects are not very well addressed. And the concepts are not so complicated, but they aren't described. And therefore, to understand them, it becomes a very difficult task. So in this class, again, I'm going to be covering these topics, and in a very hopefully simple way, which is easy to understand. So now we'll go ahead, introduce the website which I created, learnpiezo.org. And this website will be hosting all of the lectures and some of the homeworks which are going to be used to help us to understand piezoelectric materials and their properties, and encourage a good understanding of piezoelectric materials from understanding the basic concepts in a simple way. And linking these fields, linking these different aspects of piezoelectric materials which fall under the different engineering sciences. So let's take a look at the website, and I will now navigate to the syllabus, which is going to be a navigation bar on this side right here. So I'll navigate to the syllabus, and if you notice in the syllabus, I kind of made a fake title. It's the Electrical Engineering, Material Science, and Mechanical Engineering courses, Principles of Piezoelectric Materials, which may be Principles of Piezoelectric Materials with regard to the measurement of their properties. And I'll begin by describing piezoelectric materials, what are material properties in general, and also, trying to answer those questions. What are the different material properties? How are they measured? What are their anisotropic behavior? What is the microscopic origin of the different properties? What is the effect of electric fields and mechanical strain on piezoelectric materials? And I'll be describing some interesting and I feel very neglected, or not neglected, but not clearly described in the literature or in university lectures, such as the impedance response of piezoelectric materials, the response in an AC field, describing phenomena such as anti-resonance, which actually took me a couple of years to figure out what this was. Although it's extremely simple, if some website would have explained it to me, I obviously searched this about 100 times, but the definition wasn't clear until I basically solved a infinite degree of system model, coupling coupling mechanical and electrical properties of material, and then I kind of got this idea. Okay, now I know what anti-resonance is, but actually it's really simple. So then I'll be describing the loss factors, which is a subject of debate, of the different losses and how they interact in piezoelectric materials. I'll be describing piezoelectric transformers and piezoelectricity, and FEA applications to piezoelectric materials. So basically, I'll be covering, hopefully in this course, everything that a person needs to know, or at least what I think is important, in piezoelectric materials with regard to understanding their properties, why they are, how they are, what, and different concepts with regard to it. So we'll focus on the fundamental concepts, and I believe this will accurately prepare a person to do research in this field and actually understand what they're doing. I think I mentioned in the the homepage, interesting point. So by completing this course, you'll have a good understanding of piezoelectric material properties, which will be necessary for research. And the thing I want to highlight is that the course is based off the principle that deep insight is preceded by a clear understanding of the course material. So you understand these basic concepts, you'll be far ahead of many other researchers and people studying this field and trying to understand piezoelectric materials. Okay, thank you. That's the first video. Just giving a basic outline and kind of an idea about what this course is trying to accomplish, and hopefully what you get out of it. Thanks for listening.